In the heart of Cameroon, there was a village renowned for its prosperity and vibrant community. In this village lived a man named Njobam, a 45-year-old, with a reputation for wealth and influence. Njobam was admired for his charm and cunning, traits that had earned him respect and power. Over the years, Njobam had married 12 women, each one chosen for her beauty, intelligence, or skill. However, these women had never been together, each one living in a different part of the village, believing she was Njobam's most beloved. Njobam's cunning ensured that he kept his wives separate, visiting each on different days and lavishing them with gifts. To each wife, he promised love and devotion, creating an illusion of loyalty. The wives, though aware of each other's existence, harbored deep resentment, convinced that the others were rivals seeking to take Njobam's favor. This jealousy festered, creating an undercurrent of tension in the village. One fateful day, Njobam fell ill, stricken with a mysterious sickness that left him bedridden. His illness disrupted his routine, and he could no longer visit each wife as planned. Rumors spread like wildfire through the village, and Njobam's wives began to grow suspicious of his absence. They noticed signs of neglect, each convinced that Njobam was spending more time with another. The village elder, a wise and respected figure, heard of Njobam's sickness and the growing unrest among his wives. Concerned for the peace of the village and Njobam's health, the elder called for all 12 wives together at Njobam's compound. It was the first time they would meet, each one arriving with a heart full of suspicion and eyes blazing with hostility. As they gathered around Njobam's sickbed, the air was thick with tension. The wives, each dressed in their finest attire, stood in a circle, glaring at one another. The silence was broken by Ada, Njobam's fourth wife, known for her bluntness and fierce nature. "How long will we pretend?" Ada spat out, her voice dripping with disdain. "Njobam has played us all for fools, favoring some over others. I have seen his neglect." Her words were a spark that ignited a fire. One by one, the wives began to voice their grievances, accusations flying like arrows. They blamed each other for Njobam's divided attention, each believing the others had sought to undermine her place in his heart. The arguments grew louder, filling the room with chaos. Njobam, weak and frail, struggled to sit up. His voice was a mere whisper, but it carried the weight of desperation. "Enough," he pleaded. "I married each of you because you brought something unique into my life. I never meant for there to be discord. Can we not find a way to live together in harmony?" His words fell on deaf ears, the wives too consumed by their anger to listen. As the argument raged on, one of the younger wives, Kaysai, noticed something under Njobam's bed. Reaching down, she pulled out an old, weathered letter. The room fell silent as she opened it and began to read aloud. The letter was addressed to Njobam from a woman named Oma. It spoke of love and betrayal, of a promise broken. Oma warned Njobam that if he continued to deceive his wives, a curse would befall his household. The letter ended with a chilling message: "The 12 shall be one, and from their discord shall arise the end of all." The wives stood in stunned silence, the weight of the words sinking in. Njobam's face turned pale, his eyes wide with fear. He confessed that Oma had been his first love, a woman of great beauty and power. But he had chosen wealth and status over her, leaving her for a life of luxury. Oma, heartbroken, had disappeared, leaving only the letter behind. As the wives processed this revelation, a shadow fell across the doorway. They turned to see a figure cloaked in a veil, holding a bundle of herbs. The figure stepped forward, revealing herself as Oma. Her presence was commanding, her eyes sharp and knowing. "I have come to lift the curse," Alma said softly, her voice echoing in the silent room. But it can only be broken if you 12 find a way to unite. If you cannot, Njobam will suffer, and the discord you feel will destroy all that you hold dear. Alma placed the bundle of herbs at Njobam's bedside, her gaze steady and unyielding. Only true unity will heal him, she said. The choice is yours. With that, Alma turned and left, her silhouette fading into the night. The wives stood in silence, the gravity of the situation pressing down on them. They looked at each other, seeing for the first time not rivals, but women caught in the same web of deception. Njobam, lying weak and helpless, watched as his wives exchanged glances. He saw a flicker of understanding in their eyes, a silent agreement that perhaps, together, they could find a way to break the curse. As his eyes fluttered open, a single tear rolled down his cheek, and he whispered Alma's name. The story ends here, leaving the audience in suspense. Will Njobam's wives unite to break the curse and save him, or will their jealousy and resentment prove too strong to overcome? The fate of Njobam and his 12 wives hangs in the balance, with the future of their village resting on their ability to find unity amidst discord.